Hello everybody, and thank you for watching this short video where we'll be discussing Google Shopping Optimization, Product Title Edition. My name is Sean O'Connor and I'm joined with my colleague John V. Patel.
Hello everyone.
And we're going to be hosting a discussion with an overview and useful resources for Google Shopping. Today we'll be covering common errors with product titles, title best practices, and keyword research and optimization techniques. Let's go ahead and get started. As broad as it may seem, the best way to write error-free titles is to adhere to the guidelines and best practices that Google sets out. These rules don't include anything out of the ordinary, but there may be a few areas that can trip you up. When writing product titles for Google Shopping, try to keep the titles text-based and limited to 150 characters. Do not include promotional text into the title, like the words free shipping, nor use excessive capitalization to try to stand out. Additionally, product titles must adhere to Google's editorial guidelines. The aim of the editorial guidelines is to create listings that are accurate and relevant. And in order to do this, they want to use information which is honest and factual, uses standard spelling and grammar, and avoids unnecessary punctuation and symbols. Once you remove the errors from your titles and your products are being listed, you can begin to improve them through general best practice techniques. When crafting new titles or updating old ones, try to create information that is descriptive rather than generic. Rather than use the word bracelet or pirate costume, use detail like the size, intended age group, or style that helps the product stand out a bit and can trigger on more searches. Try to keep in mind that customers are only seeing the title, price, and image, and they won't be getting the full landing page experience. When looking for information to improve and focus upon, look at Google's notes. Pictured here is an example of a brief message that you'll get when titles are too long, which is something that's very quick and easy to fix. And as with all paid search campaigns, always be testing. Test out different product title copy is almost the same as A/B testing different text and text ads. To add a little bit more detail about front-loading product information, I want to bring up the search result for Red Air Jordans 2013. Google product titles can only be 150 characters long, but will only show at most about half of that. On the search result page, it will only show the first 45 characters, so put all of your pertinent information into those. For my search, the color and the year are particularly important to me, so you may want to include this information early in the product title. There's a few reasons why you're going to want to do this. First and foremost is keywords that are used in the search term will appear in bold in the ad, helping it stand out. The more pertinent information the customer sees in the ad, the more likely they are to click on it. Also, try to focus on the selling point of the item itself. The product options and the attributes are generally going to be the biggest call to action. The size options, however, are a little bit different, and they're not the biggest click-through rate influencer because the buyer expects to select a size or even see a sizing chart when they reach the landing page. So try to think about what sets your product apart from others. At this point, I'm going to send it over to John V to talk a little bit more about keyword research and optimization techniques.
Thanks, Sean. As we've mentioned, you want to make sure your titles are front-loading and keep your audience in mind. Depending on your business, you can use informative or descriptive keywords to describe your products. Knowing how your potential customers are trying to find you is the first step in optimizing your titles. If you aren't sure where to start, you can do some keyword research to make sure your titles capture the right audience. Google AdWords Keyword Planner and the AdWords Dimensions Tab are great resources for this information. The Keyword Planner is located in the Tools section of AdWords. Here we've done a search for telescopes. You can see from the fourth line down that the brand Celestron is highly sought after. Based on this, you can see that it's important to include the brand, type, and model number of the telescope. Similarly, when searching for necklaces, terms like vintage, tribal, and Egyptian are used. You want to include these terms in your title if appropriate. When in a competitive market like apparel, you want to be privy to trends and use descriptive keywords that are specific to your products. From these examples, you can see that how you word your title will vary depending on your vertical. Once you have your base product titles, you can continue to tweak them based on data gathered from the AdWords Dimension tab. Click on Dimension and change the view to search terms. Make sure your time frame is longer than a week, as data from a short time won't be helpful. You want to look at search terms that have converted. Do you notice any differences between these and products that might not be doing so well? Typically, you'll find that search queries that are descriptive and informative are the ones that lead to conversions. You can use this structure as an outline for all of your titles. And that's it. We hope you learned a little something about product title optimization. There are a lot of other advanced strategies for optimization, and we'll cover those in a future video or blog post. So check back soon.
Thanks a lot.